4th, 5th is Crabb. That black 7, that 4th turn, still out in front. Your red in 14. Running 2nd, your white 0 running 3rd, the black 11 4th. The pink, blue, and white 26. There goes Jerry Crabb on the high side. Woodward on the bottom. Crabb goes up top. And Godfather's Pizza. Midwest Motorsports 26 takes the number 4 spot. At Herrick's Garage, Keir Speed Shop 0, Rick Merkel running 3rd. Running 2nd, at in 14, Mike Brooks. Your leader, Billy Engelhard, in the 7 car. A Putnam Chevrolet Henderson Oil sponsor. Bill and Penny Campbell, the owner of Engelhard's 7 car. Engelhard, your defending Goodyear Master Classic feature winner. Out in front, Mike Brooks, who ran 3rd last year, running in the number 2 spot. Rick Merkel, the 3-time winner, running in the number 3 spot. Jerry Crabb, he finished 2nd in 93, is running 4th. And now Crabb closing in on Merkel for the number 3 spot. Brooks slowly closing in on Engelhard for the number 1 spot. Engelhard now in lap traffic. Mike Brooks closing right in on him. Woodward running 5th. That Country Kitchen 11. Jerry Crabb, that Exide Battery, running in the number 4 spot, and he's also closing in on Ferkel for the number 3 spot. Turns 1 and 2. Jerry Crabb working the high side, gets by Ferkel out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Jerry Crabb moves in the number 3 spot. Now Lee Nelson on 26. Now we got a race for the lead. Mike Brooks looks to the inside of Engelhard, slides back up to the cushion. Engelhard, the black 7 in turn 2. We got a race for 3rd. Merkel worked the inside of Crabb, and Crabb hangs on to the number 3 spot. Mike Brooks, owner, driver, that red in 14, running 2nd. Engelhard in the Bill and Penny Campbell on 7 car out in front. Running 3rd. Jerry Crabb and then Lee Nelson on 26. Rick Merkel, owner, driver of that 0 car, running the number 4 spot. Cliff Woodward running 5th in the Ergenbright Motorsports 11. Through lap traffic. Crabb still running 3rd. Here goes Mike Brooks on the inside of Engelhard. That 3rd turn, the race for the lead. Brooks and Engelhard. Engelhard up on the cushion, still hangs on to that number 1 spot. Brooks taking a hard look at him. He's our current 360 point leader, trying to win a Goodyear's Master Classic. Engelhard, last year's winner, still in that number 1 spot. And slowly closing in, running 3rd, Jerry Crabb. That Exide Battery Godfather Pizza, 26. Brooks in that CNC Cycle, Bishop Farms in 14, running 2nd. And now Engelhard, now Putnam Chevrolet Henderson Oil 7 car. Gets some breathing room now over Mike Brooks. And now here comes Crabb. Brooks on the inside. Jerry Crabb working the high side. Brooks goes up top. Now Crabb goes to the bottom. That Midwest Motorsports Exide Battery 26. Crabb's got it working good tonight. He looks to the inside of Brooks over in turn 3 and 4. Crabb slides up. He takes 3rd. Mike Brooks goes back to the bottom. Or takes 2nd. Brooks goes back to the bottom, takes the number 2 spot back. While they're doing battle for 2nd, Engelhard slowly stretching that lead out. flag one more time for Engelhardt, your defending champion. Brooks, if he wants it, he's got to go after it. But here comes Crabb looking for the number 2 spot. Jerry Crabb still running third. They slip up to the cushion. Taking the checkered flag, winning second year in a row. In the 7th from Madison, Wisconsin, Billy Engelhardt. Hanging on for the number 2 spot, the N14, Mike Brooks. Running third, the 26, Jerry Crabb.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? It's 2 in a row from Madison, Wisconsin, Billy Engelhardt. Here, got a Goodyear hat for you, the Goodyear Masters Classic. I tell you what, lap 14 and lap 17, I don't know if you knew it or not, but there was a red N14 that was giving you all you wanted coming off 4 there a couple of times.
Yeah, I seen Mike, and I really felt that Mike was the guy to beat because he'd been doing such a great job here. We watched him last week, and he was the class of the field last week, and I knew he'd be tough, and I just kept looking for him once I seen him over here in 4, and we sucked it up and made some good laps, and I guess we got away from him just a little bit, but it was a great race.
I tell you what, from lap 17 on, it looked like you were on a Sunday drive in Wisconsin.
Well, Bill has done a great job with the car, and I owe a lot to Bill and Penny Campbell for giving me this opportunity, and for Ronnie Martin and my son Herb, who was here working on the car tonight. And Ronnie helped us so much because we had a lot of ground to gain back, and it was tough not having some practice, but they did such a super job that it made my work easy. I want to dedicate this to my good friend Mike Fell. He lost his life last Sunday night. Very good friend.
Thank you. Billy Engelhardt, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Crabb, your 3rd place finisher. Mike Brooks, your runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1997 Goodyear Masters Classic winner from Madison, Wisconsin, Billy Engelhardt. To Bill and
8 laps the distance, top 4 cars transferring out of the heat race to the feature. Take a long look at them as we get set to go. Manny Rockhold, Danny Smith side by side, racing for the lead down the back straightaway. Manny Rockhold getting a good run into turn 3, run in the middle of the racetrack over into turn 4. He's your race leader, but now Danny Smith trying him on the bottom side. Chris Walraven runs 3rd. Here comes Larry Pinniger. Now Pinniger up to 4th, looking at Chris Walraven. 4 cars transferring. Pinniger on the bubble. Now tries the bottom side of Walraven. Your race for the final transfer. Walraven now runs the middle of the speedway. Pinniger tries the low line. Your leader still Manny Rockhold. Danny Smith runs 2nd, then Walraven. Pinniger, then your battle back there for 5th. Joey Saldana and John Cernette. John Cernette now runs into the 5th spot. Joey Saldana back to 6th. Single file racing in turn 4. Manny Rockhold still shows the way. Pinniger running in that final transfer as Chris Walraven now goes to the high side. Your race for 2nd, your leader off the gas. Manny Rockhold pulling into the backstretch. You've got a new leader, Danny Smith. Larry Pinniger now up to 2nd. Chris Walraven 3rd. Hang on, Jeff Matrician. Fans, he's going to be in the feature. He got the car ready. We're ready to go racing again. Your race for the lead. Larry Pinniger looks to the bottom side. Danny Smith. Danny Smith hanging on to the lead, going down the back straightaway. Schaefer, Walraven, then Saldana. 4 cars transferring into the feature. Joey Saldana on the bubble. Looks to the bottom side of Chris Walraven. But Walraven getting a good run. White flags out one more time around for Danny Smith. But now Joey Saldana trying Walraven. Down the back straightaway, looks to the bottom side, reeling him in. Going into turn number 3. Side by side, the trigger flag. Danny Smith.
Understand 96 Breezy Whitworth said the motor's running okay now, but they've been a shock. He just couldn't get it running as good as he wanted to in that heat event. Yellow lights off. We're underway in that Southwest Express Lane second heat. Van Gurley, Keith Kaufman side by side into that first turn. Kaufman on the high side. That United Express custom trailer U2 running second. That Gurley lead. Buick GMC 3B is Van Gurley Jr. Looking on the inside at McCroskey, GM Discount Center 8H. Terry McCarl looking for the number 2 spot. He's running third right now. Running fourth. And that Glenn Gill and Justice Brothers 2D sponsor is Craig Delansky. Running fifth. That Imperial Packaging Corporation 92, Kenny Jacobs. Jacobs down the inside. Looking hard at Delansky for that final transfer. Jacobs on the inside, turn 3. Jacobs and Delansky going at it for that final transfer. Kenny Jacobs now slides up to the top, drops back into 5th. The Mouse working hard on Delansky for that number 4 spot out in front. Got Warren Johnson on the U2, Keith Kaufman. Running second, and that Van Gurley Sr. on 3B is Van Gurley Jr. Running third. That Holbrook Motorsports on 8H, Terry McCarl. Running fourth, the final transfer, the Dean Lindsay on 2D, Craig Delansky. Now Delansky off the throttle out of turn 2. That moves Kenny Jacobs into the number 4 final transfer spot. Delansky coasting into that third turn. Can't make it on around the racetrack. Yellow lights coming on. They got to stay between end and wall. Single file. We're back green. McCarl quickly to the bottom, making a run to that number 2 spot. He's looking at Gurley for the number 2 spot. Not enough. That lap car right there with him. Your leader is Kaufman, second Gurley Jr., third is McCarl. Hang on, Kenny Jacobs running fourth, a little trouble out of 2. He hangs on to that number 4 spot. White flag. One more lap to Southwest Express Lane, second heat. Keith Kaufman, that United Express Lane custom trailer, U2 out in front. Second, that 30 engine sponsored 3B Van Gurley Jr. running third. That Terra Realty 8H Terry McCarl. Checkered flag, taking the win, Keith Kaufman.
Heat race number 3, getting set to go. 3 wide, racing for the lead. Look at him, dicing out. Steve Byler shows the way down the back straightaway. Tim Schaefer runs second, Marlon Jones. Then Dean Jacobs. Now Jacobs looks to the bottom side of Marlon Jones. Jones shuts the door down the front straightaway. Beitler and that Hawkeye tack in Western wear, working America 21, showing the way, but here comes Tim Schaefer, reeling in Beitler. Schaefer now looking on the bottom side of Steve Beitler, who runs the high line of the speedway. Marlon Jones still runs in that third spot. The Frigidaire, 1/2 of Dean Jacobs, runs fourth.